So this is an energy update, which is really embodying the codes of a map and compass vibe. Listen, all my videos serve that purpose. You know, I kind of like share what I call the gospel of Marie. And if it resonates, then happy days, leave the rest behind. But this more than ever is definitely a map and compass video, because we're in a really critical timeline, I suppose you can call that, but not critical as in like we're all going to die. Critical as in like paying attention, like really focus in on what's going on, because good stuff's happening, man. And if it's not happening for you and you're still in that, well, this video is going to help you, because there's a solution to that, and there's a reason why, right? So I'm just going to I always kind of like overlay from one video to the next. Last videos I've been talking about timeline has collapsed, the old earth. For us who've been doing the work and have chosen to be, Team Light and New Earth and all that kind of thing. For us, the old earth has fallen away. Many souls are still over there, and like that's their choice. But for us, if you're watching this video and you're on this channel, we're of the same movement, let's say. So the old timeline has fallen away for us, okay? Done. Then we went into this like holding pen, other words or terminology or explanatory words for this stage could be, for me, it's the womb, it's rebirth. Others are kind of like calling it the place of no timeline. It's like, wow, that sounds like a Star Trek movie, the place of no timeline. And it also sounds quite kind of scary, but it's kind of the void, okay? And some people are the void because they don't like the space, because it doesn't have any kind of like physical, like it's not tangible, not physical, it's not tangible. There's nothing really to hold on to. But if you're like chilled and you're vibing and you've got a cocktail and you're just loving life right now, this is the best place ever, because you're just like having a great time in there. But if you come into your shadow when you're in this holding space, like it's pretty shit, because it's like you're looking for something to hold on to. When you're fearful, what do we do when we feel fearful or we need to be comforted, like in our physical life? Put a blanket over us, and it comforts us. So it's no different to being in this particular stage of this movement we're going through. If you're going through a little bit of a shadow trigger, you're going to want to grab something and put it around you. And when it's not there, can make you feel worse. So we have got this kind of like floating holding pen vibe. But the way I look at it is it's like, for me, it's been coming back to the womb. I'm in this amniotic fluid. It's all very much to do with water and sacredness and everything like that. And I'm really happy to be in the darkness. I'm not scared of the dark anymore, because now I've done full circle. Maybe you're feeling the same. And if you're not, just kind of like receive this, you come back into the darkness now. So that was always a place of safety. Whereas our lifetimes past, it's been a place of like, this is bad. I can't see shit. This is really scary. Where's the light switch? Do you know what I mean? So it's like now we've kind of like transcended all of that and transmuted it, because those were our dark nights of the soul. We're now kind of in this space where I'm just like, actually, this is good. And we're welcoming the darkness now, because we know that it is a place where the light always came from, because that's where you came from. So now we're in this kind of like floaty space, and we are just about to, like, we're over the mountain and the marble's been rolled up the hill, and now it's going to roll down the other side, which takes us into the new moon next week, Tuesday. Okay, so the new moon is not on Tuesday. It's actually on Saturday. New moon is Saturday, the 14th of October. No, the date hasn't been changed. I had a mistake in my timelines. I have been recording a lot of videos lately. I've been in many different dimensions, and I clearly wasn't in this one, because I stand corrected. New moon, 14th of October, final answer, 10:10 portal, Tuesday. Good. Now proceed with your listening. Thank you. This is why we've been very, very slow in this space and just preparing for what's to come. So before I get into the new moon, let me just go into a little bit deeper about this preparatory stage we've been in. There's good reason for that, because we're so used to doing. A lot of us have been pushing against this, going, I need to do that. I got to be on. I got to be on. And this isn't what this stage is all about. This stage is all about a rest, guys. Like for eons upon eons upon eons, you've been grafting, you've been grinding. Even though your frustration comes in from being in the dark night of the soul and being triggered, or whatever it might be, illness, lack, drama, trauma, whatever, that is the work. You do realize that you are very much at work with that, and you have been doing that for the rest of us, because what you do for yourself, you do for us, and what I do for me, I do for you. Do you know what I mean? So like that has been the work. So it's not like, oh, I want to go and do my spiritual work and live my best life, but all of this trauma and drama's in the way. No, that is the spiritual work. That is what you came here to do. So we're all been working in the same realms, but not anymore. Not anymore. It is now time to let go of all of that and allow your system to kind of realign and recalibrate into the truth of where you really are. That old timeline that fell away about a month ago, that was the old earth. That's all of that stuff went with it. Where you are right now is this rebirth stage of just like, because after rebirth, there's resurrection. So, you know, it's really just taking some space and some time and some stillness to reflect on all of this and just be. This is not usually part of my daily practice. I have been every single morning and every single night doing breath work, because when you do breath work, you know, you come out of your thoughts and you come into the body. And this is where we need to be. This is what this stage is all about. You know, the party is here. Okay, so we are ascending within the physical body. And that is why a lot of us have been looking at clearing up our diets. That's why a lot of us have kind of like been going to the gym, or maybe going to the gym a little bit less because you were coming from the wrong stand, you know, the place from it. You know, it was too much rah-rah. Now, like, I'm doing my yoga every single day at home. I was an exercise specialist for 18, 19 years. I'm like, in the gym, go hard or go home. Do you know what I mean? But now I've completely changed everything. And my movement and my self-care, let's say, my self-care regime has completely shifted to support this crystalline body, because that's exactly it. We are crystalline bodies now. Now, I shared a channel with Thoth, and I actually recorded it. So I invite you to dive into. It's only 5 minutes long. Go and listen to what he says after this video. And I'm going to call it the big boom. He's talking about what's to come. So now that leads me beautifully into what I was just starting to talk about, the new moon. So the new moon is on Tuesday, as I say, 10/10 portal. And it's coming in with the eclipse season. So now, after this process I've just kind of spoken you through, so this stage, the way I see it is, I see it like, I'm very practical with my vision, so just work with me here. The way I see it is the 10/10 portal and the new moon and all of that energy, which I always knew was going to come in the middle of October. October's a great month. It's a big month, but it's like power blasting. I feel it's like starlight, star consciousness, really high refined white light, but it's being shown to me as in a jet hose, right? Keep with me here. Think about the moss on your driveway, okay? And you kind of get this jet wash and you just get into all the corners and it blasts up all the shit in between, and your driveway is just so mad clean and just sparkly. But it gets into all the corners, but it's power. And in a way, it's kind of refreshing. It kind of gets to those spots that you've not been able to get to. That is what I think the eclipse and the new moon is gonna feel like, because that is the now almost like the waxing on the car when you've done, you know, God, all of these analogies, you know, whatever. But at least it's making it tangible to you, so you understand what the F I'm going on about. So the cars, you know what I mean? They go through the car wash and then they get waxed at the end, and it's kind of like the spit and polish at the end to make everything like, and then we arrive on the new earth and we look, and there's people at the bar enjoying having cocktails, and you're like, oh my God, hey, how's it going? I didn't know that you were here. You'll be surprised who's landed in the new earth. Maybe it's your beloved. Maybe it's your twin flame you've been searching for. Maybe it's those bunch of friends that you were like, oh no, they're so low vibration. You don't know what's going on in their life. And then they pop up and they're like all upgraded like you are. And we're all in the new earth. There's going to be many surprises and blessings. And who knows that your dream job, your dream anything is basically on that side. And I've had many conversations with many people about this stagnancy in their eyes, about they're looking for a job or they're looking for somewhere to live or whatever, you know, and it's like this hanging. Because I said it in my other video, everything that you pitched for you, for it to be in its highest vibration, so you could receive it in its highest vibration, was planted by you in the new earth. So it's coming, probably just beyond October. But we're not meant to be grinding right now. And if you are grinding, that is why you are feeling shit, or it's not going so great for you, because you are still thinking that you've got to do. You don't have to help the universe. You don't have to help it. You've done it all already. It's done. You know what I mean? You don't have to do it over again. Now is the time for you to step back and relax and receive, right? Because just now, everything is okay. Everything is on point. You need to worry about nothing, because just now, everything that you have asked for, everything you want, you already have. It's just beyond October. But if you're pushing against it and you're faffing around and you're actually not working with the ebb and flow of the universe because you're doing, you're giving zero space for anything to come through. So now I'm going to go into a little bit more depth now. I'm going to talk about Heka, because Heka is magic and medicine. Heka is alchemy. Heka is the magical power and force that brings ideas into being. It's the activating factor of thoughts into matter. Alchemy is turning something into nothing. Alchemy is just the magic, man. And it's got very little to do with the physical doing. In fact, it's about that much. Now, all of our lifetimes, we've got it flipped up and reversed. We're like, right, we got to do all the hard work, which is that much, and the magic is that much. And that's why we haven't done so well. We just got the memo and we've gone, oh shit, all right, okay, now we're listening. So now what it is, you are faced with, if you're struggling or whatever, and even if you're not, this is just a belief and understanding of alchemy to let it land a bit more, is that when you step back and you just do nothing, that is when the magic happens. I've always said, after my tours to Egypt, after my ceremonies, after my Heka sessions, whatever it is that I'm doing, if I'm working with someone, I've always said, yes, magical and powerful in the thing that we're doing, but that's just the activation energy to say, right, putting order and all that kind of thing. When we step back and you go home after the ceremony, or you go home after Egypt, or whatever it might be, that is where the magic happens. And the beautiful thing is you're more receptive to it because you feel the balance, because you've already done the work in the ceremony, whatever it might be. You've already done the tour, you've trekked through the temples, and it's been quite intense and very arduous and blah. Then you're more willing to lie back and relax because you need to go home and rest for 2-3 weeks after that. And that is why the magic comes through so powerfully after you've been on a tour with me, or it comes through really powerfully after you've done ceremony. You'll go, wow, okay, like straight after I finished that ceremony and I went home and I relaxed for the weekend, this happened, that happened, this came up in my dreams. Do you know what I mean? So that's the balance. So why are you not doing it now? Because your whole lives is that. You've done all the hard work. This is the time you step back, right? Because you need to create space so you can receive, because the ultimate factor of receiving everything that you have asked for is basically allowing. So if you sit back and you open your heart and you honor and love your process and you enough, that is a vibrational match to the universe. So you need to step back now and you need to allow everything to come to you. But this is just one belief system that is stopping you from doing this. Your belief system, everybody's belief system has been this, so no worries. But your belief system is like doing achieves, okay? If I do more, I have more, okay? If I work for 12 hours behind my computer, which is what I was doing, I will land everything, right? It didn't work for me. Exhausted, tired, anxious, felt like a failure 24/7. Yeah, I got some results, but bloody hell, did I work for it? Now I'm stepping back. I've got less hours here. I'm being more inspired in my creations. Then I'm going off for a day and just having a day off. That's when more stuff comes to me. You know, so I have seen it in my own life. And now this is the new normal. This is the way that we have to do it. So if anything at all that you need to focus on right now is letting go. There is nothing for you to do. And if you are doing, that is why you are feeling not so great. And that is why that's resisting. So this is the new timeline we're going into. But it matters not, because all is in alignment, because as you come into next week, these blasts of energy, because it's going to come in hot. There is a very, very big energy blast coming in. I can tell you that. Go to the channel with Thoth. He speaks about that. That is a very, very big energy blast. And you're going to be put in the right place and position. So it's just to receive these words, understand all of this, and just know that something very, very big is coming. But do not fear it, because it is the final realignment to get you teed up and ready to go for 2024. 2024 is an 8 year. It's a year of abundance. It's the year of the dragon. Like, flip. What else is there to understand about this? Do you know what I mean? And you must know in your being, things are changing. Things are changing. They really, really are changing. But you've got to get in alignment with it. You have to get in alignment with it. So to help you get into alignment with it, I am going to be holding a group. I always hold my groups in my circle, on my circle platform. Okay. So I'm going to put the link is in, is here on YouTube, but it's difficult to find. So I'm going to put the link in the write-up. Now, just join Circle if you haven't done already. And then what will happen is you'll be invited to an event, and I will be holding a live group on Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central Africa time. And if you don't get there, then of course you can pick up the recording. Now, what I'm going to be sharing with you, very much working with Thoth right now. Why not? Because he's just been up front and center right now. And he is all to do with Metatron's cube because he is Metatron. Okay, so they're one of the same. So the Metatron's cube is a very powerful symbology that is all to do with harmony, balance, being in alignment with divine nature, balance, all that kind of thing. But it's also an activating symbol as well, that if you place anything on that symbol or activate it within you, it brings thoughts into creation. So by working with this symbol, it will calm your system, it will align your system, and it will help you to step back from doing, okay? Because that's the issue right now. And trust more with the Hecker, because the Hecker is the magic and medicine. Symbology is magic and medicine. Working with Thoth is magic and medicine. You are magic and medicine. It doesn't always come from the physical body. Sometimes the physical body is just for you to go, there you go, just so you can put your hands out to receive, and you got it. You know, that's the purpose of this. You know what I mean? So this is what we're going to be working with in this group. So I invite you over there, and then you can just work with it ongoing and go back to that video as many times as you want, and it's going to help you and assist you in moving into these next stages. So this is a very exciting time. So anyway, I invite you to that event, and I'm going to say love and light and a lot of peace to y'all, because where we're going is very exciting. You know what I mean? But just be aligned and just be prepared. As always, massive love from me. Keep on doing what you're doing, because you are doing famously. Because if you weren't, we wouldn't be all moving in this direction, right? Love and peace.